Yeah, I first applied to 12 colleges, and those 12 colleges, I was just really looking at the marketing side. Like that's what I want to major in. That was like the first thing I thought about, like education, because I play basketball. Yes, I'm not bad at it, but it's there's a lot of other people that play basketball. So I have to have a backup plan if nothing else works out. So I was definitely looking into space of a campus, how far is the campus, um, and what's like the main majors they're good at. Because I really want to be at like a school that's very good at marketing, and I just like branch off from there and just take off.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MEFA Podcast. My name is Jonathan Hughes, and that was our guest on the show today. His name is Jariel Ruiz, and he is a high school student from Cristo Rey School in Dorchester. And they have a work co-op program that allows students the opportunity to work one day a week with local companies, get some hands-on work experience, and sort of see what it's like in the work world and maybe get their interest piqued by what they're learning. And Jariel's been interning with us for the past few years. He's a student athlete in his senior year of high school, going through the college admissions and financial aid process. So his perspective is really important to us here at MEFA, and we think it'll be important to anyone who's in a similar spot this year or next. So I'll be back with a wrap-up after this, but now let's hear from our guest.
My name is Jariel Ruiz. I'm an intern for MEFA Pathway. I go to Cristo Rey Boston. I'm a senior, and I am ongoing to college.
All right. And how long have you been with MEFA?
Oh, I started my sophomore year as an intern, of course. I was doing just little projects my sophomore year, and then I came in my junior year. For some reason, I didn't come back. I was very upset. I was highly upset. So I told them I wanted to come back next year. So
this is part of the school program at Cristo Rey, right? Can you talk about the co-op program there and how that led you to us?
Yeah, it's corporate work study. It's like so it gives like a good experience for like the young kids coming in, especially because the young kids are like 14, 15 max, so they don't know what a work experience is. So that's what Chris Ray gives: work experience, internship. Even those internships give you jobs out of school, like for the summer, throughout the school year. First, before it was paying for our tuition. Now tuition is free in Cristo Rey, so it's a great program. No schools really have internship programs like that. So
you feel like this has been a good experience?
Yeah, I definitely take it as like a great day of the week. Great day of the week.
And so this co-op experience that you have at MEFA or in general, do you think that has influenced how you prepared and searched for college?
100%. Before I was at MEFA, I was like very unorganized, and when I met with Asia, my sophomore year, like she always told me like number one thing was always have everything planned out, be organized, stay on top of your stuff, because if you slip and you don't get back up, it's like college is way more different. There's no one holding your hand. I just had to be I had to get more disciplined. That's how I say. I had to get more discipline to really get into college and really get ready. So.
As far as what you do at MEFA as part of your co-op program, I know you've had different focuses like throughout your years here. So I don't know if you could talk about what those focuses were throughout the years and what projects you worked on, and which one did you like the best, or what did they teach you?
I say my favorite project that I've done for MEFA, I say the video creation, just because like I don't know, I felt it was like something out of my comfort zone. I never like in front of cameras and just talk, so it was.
And that was something you just did, right?
Yeah, it was kind of fun. It was a learning experience, like learning how to, stay composed while the camera's on you. I never been a camera person, so it was pretty fun.
What was the video project?
Our first video, we was doing a meeting with my counselor, like me and my counselor. My second video was, I think, a high school athlete. So I was explaining how high school athletes have difficulties. It's very strict. You have to do what you have to do. Go to school. If you have extracurriculars like going to work out of school, you have to go to work. Do your homework. Got to go to practice in the morning. Yeah, and I think I was playing a little bit of basketball for the video. Their video, what was I talking about? Oh, organizing. Organizing. I was talking about how to organize.
Do you have any advice for students going through this sort of internship or work-based learning experience that you went through?
Really, really be a sponge. I say, like, take everything that you can like really learn, because any little advice could take you very far away, very far away. So learn from people that's older than you, smarter than you, been here way before you, because they'll teach you a lot.
I want to talk to you about being a senior this year in your college search, right? And you're sort of deep in the college admissions, financial aid process. I know this year, as you know from working at MEFA and from going through it, is a crazy year as far as all
Yeah,
that stuff is concerned. How did you start the college search process for yourself? And what did you look at when you were like starting to look at colleges?
yeah. I first applied to 12 colleges, and those 12 colleges, I was just really looking at the marketing side, like that's what I want to major in. That was like the first thing I thought about, like education, because I play basketball. Yes, I'm not bad at it, but it's there's a lot of other people that play basketball, so I have to have a backup plan if nothing else works out. So I was definitely looking into space of a campus, how far is the campus, um, and what's like the main majors they're good at. Because I really want to be at like a school that's very good at marketing, and I just like branch off from there and just take off. But right now I have 7 out of 12 of my colleges, so I got 7 acceptances and like five, I think five I declined, but I take the 7. And one of the schools that I got accepted to, I really want to go. So,
And how did you get interested in marketing?
um, uh, how can I say this? I always looked at it like just off of social media, like endorsing, like like NBA endorse and like billboards, everything about endorsing. I don't know. I just got very like into that, but I wanted to get into like the business side of it, like how like the breakdown numbers, all that.
Well, hopefully, you're able to do a little bit of that at MEFA.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. We felt helped in a lot of ways, especially comparing colleges. I still use MEFA Pathway to compare colleges.
You mentioned when you were looking, probably using MEFA Pathway at colleges, and you were looking at things like, the proximity, like the location and the size. Did you want to go to colleges that were close to you? Did you want to go to colleges that were further away? Did what appealed to you about those
Yeah,
things?
so my first decision, I wanted to go to New York. I wanted to go to Iowa University. I mean, Iowa University. Um, it was really a basketball move, and I really to myself, I really thought to myself, it's like, is this going to be a good move for myself, or is it a good move for just the basketball tendencies? And I had to think about it. I was like, I could just play basketball anywhere, and I could put myself anywhere on that map. But if I don't have a good education, because the school that when I looked into their marketing, they only really had like business administration, and I was like, I'm not really into business administration. I really want to do marketing, so I just went back to mass. So I'm gonna stay in mass.
You're gonna stay in Mass. Do you think you'll live on campus, or are you gonna commute? Do you think?
Yeah, no, I'll live on campus. I can't commute every day.
No, okay. So where are you looking at then?
Right now, my three is Framingham State, Dean
Mhm.
College, and then UMass Dartmouth.
Have you had a chance to visit any of those colleges?
Yeah, I visited UMass Dartmouth last week. Yeah, last week. Um, Framingham State, I visited over, I think, on Saturday. And Dean College, I haven't visited. I might visit this weekend. So we'll
How
see.
did the visits go? Do you think, like, could you imagine yourself there?
UMass Dartmouth, great, great marketing. It was a very like interesting tour because
Mm.
I knew a lot of people over there because a lot of people came from Boston,
Hmm.
UMass Dartmouth, so I knew a lot of people there. And in Framingham State, I felt more like comfortable. I say like nobody knew me. I like that. Like I like being like not known and doing myself. Because if I go to a school that's too much commotion, I don't know if I can be focused.
I'm losing track of the years here, but was COVID a part of this high school
Yeah,
experience for you?
yeah, for sure. I was like we was the 2024 class is the quarantine kids with the college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they call us the quarantine kids. So
Did you begin in quarantine, or
yes, that was like through the screen. Oh yeah,
how did that impact everything?
a lot. I say definitely impacted a lot because I was very a hands-on type of learner. Like
Mm.
I never been like on a just screen and just do work. That's always been a problem to me because it's like I'm at home, everything's around me. Like how can I not be distracted right now? Like it took like a lot of like I should say focus to just keep it going because it was very hard just to be on the computer every day
So was a welcome change to come back to school?
for sure.
Yeah.
Amazing change. It changed everything. I say like my grades changed, how I felt changed, everything above changed. I loved when everything went down. So
We mentioned before you're a student athlete. You work co-op through MEFA. You're looking for colleges, going through that process. You get a lot of demands on your time, right? And so I know that there are a lot of students in a similar situation. So you talked before about being organized, about um, how that impacts you. How do you manage all of the responsibilities that you have?
I say like Cristo Rey is a good help, especially for college, especially for my counselor. My counselor really helps me like with everything. Like she's a real MVP of like all like the colleges accepting and all that. Me out of school, I work, so I work for my family. Make
Oh,
sure
you work too?
yeah, yeah. So I work too. You know, like
Got it.
I'll give you an example. Like sometimes I work like 4 to 12 or like 5 to 1. Yeah.
Wow. Where?
Okay. Oh, Fenway.
Oh, you work at Fenway.
Yeah.
That's a couple hours from now. Are you
Yeah.
gonna?
I
I'm like,
know. I know. I'm supposed to work today, but I couldn't. So I came here. So
oh my
I
god, I'm
had
sorry.
to. No. I'm here for this podcast.
Oh my god. Wow. Well, I mean, I'm sorry to take you away from Fenway. Do
No,
you still so
it's
you
okay.
still work at Fenway? You gonna be there like every home game or?
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm gonna be there at like starting next week.
Wow. What's that like?
It's like I say, you can't quit that job. Like it's like Wonderland. Like you walk out, and you just see a field. It's baseball. Like how can you like quit that job? Like just serving food, making sure people are all right, watching baseball at the same time. Great weather. Sometimes because Boston's sometimes bipolar, but great weather. Yeah.
So another huge demand on your time then, right? So how do you stay organized?
Planner. I'm mostly like a digital planner. I'm not really a writer, so I just like to write things. Type things down, make sure I remember, have like a schedule during that time. So like when I get out of work, it's like if depending on what time, I would do like a little bit of DoorDash, and then I'll get home. Just see how I see what like I got left, what I can do, and then go on from there.
We talked about counselors, your high school counselor, and how regularly do you meet with your counselor?
Sometimes twice a week. It's guaranteed once a week because we have a class just straight for college counseling.
Oh, you have a class as part of your
Yeah,
sort of day to day?
yeah. So like just I think it's every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. So tomorrow, every Wednesday we have a college class. Whoever needs to work on their FSA ID or someone's still behind on like they haven't started the FSA ID or people are looking at financial plans or people are finalizing like their final school pick because everybody has to commit by May 1st. So
And is that where you use MEFA Pathway?
yeah, I use MEFA Pathway like during that time to like I mostly like just to do college search or what majors the schools have that like I've been accepted to.
Talking about support that you get at school, we got counselors, we got that class that you just told me about, MEFA Pathway. What about other teachers or coaches?
It's a great supporting staff around me, around Cristo Rey. They help with my principal is they're good. Like, they're flexible with time for if you need to put extra work in. If you're down, if you have a FNS class, you can stay in my room, do work. Stay in like the principal's room, do work.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my athletic director, he's a good guy. That's my athletic director, so he helps me out in a lot of things too. My dean, I say everybody's a great supporting cast over here, especially the teachers. Teachers are very very vibrant, very opening.
Now, I have to get your impressions of filing applications to colleges, like admissions applications, and then, of course, financial aid, especially this year. What was the most challenging thing, and what advice would you have for other students that are going through this process next year?
I say writing my essays for getting into the colleges for the admissions because I really wanted to like show a different like topic because I feel like a lot of people show like say different same topic like why I want to be here and like I feel like that's so generic because how are you going to get accepted if you have everybody's the same answer, you have the same question and everything. So like I definitely like got very like into my life and really impacted that page really see what I had to talk about. I think what was the topic question? It was a lot of topic questions, but one of my favorites I think was it was like where do you come from or like where do you grow up from? And like I had I had so much ideas in my head, like everything just kept popping. I was like, oh yeah, like this the one. Like I'm gonna just write this down. And I got accepted to that school like literally like a week, and I was like, oh okay, like I think I actually did all right.
But you had a lot to say about it.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like if I have a lot to say, like that's gonna just be plastered on the page, just plastered on the page.
And what about financially? You talked about FSA IDs and all that stuff. I have to ask you, where are you at with that right now? Because I know so many people are sort of still stuck in the middle.
What's so funny? So I think my mom put her name like wrong by accident. So when we sent in the FSA ID, it didn't match up with her social security number. So like they were like, oh yeah, we have to send it back. Can y'all like edit it? So I was like, oh dang, see, now I gotta do this over again. I was like, Mom, it's okay. I'll just do it. Just let me do it.
So you got to start. Well, the good news is everything is later this year, anyways, because everyone's delayed. So
everyone still haven't completed their stuff. So it's not too much of a mess up, but I don't want to be too behind when it gets to that time.
Right. And are you leaning to any particular? So to sort of wrap up, you're almost doing your financial aid. You're at the point you got acceptances. You made some visits to some campuses. Are you leaning in any particular direction?
For sure, I'll say like Framingham State. That's definitely what I'm leaning towards more.
I mean, you don't have to say if you don't want to.
No. I can say it. It's for sure. I'll say like Framingham State. That's definitely what I'm leaning towards more.
That's what I thought you were gonna
say. Yeah, when I visited, like it's big. It's a big campus. And like literally no one knew me. Only like 4 people knew me, and I was from this school. And I was like, yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is like what I need. Like I need to have like a fresh start. Have everything on my head, and like everything is just straight on.
Well, I thank you for being here and for giving me your time and telling me all that. And
thank you for putting me on here.
Well, I know how much everyone enjoyed having you work with us at MEFA. How much we're going to miss you and wish you the best. So,
thank you. I'm gonna miss y'all more.
All right. Thank you, Jariel. That was awesome. Best of luck to you. We really appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your experience. And folks, if you liked what you heard on the show and you want to hear more from us on planning, saving, and paying for college and career readiness, well then by all means follow this show. And you can of course find us wherever you get your podcasts. And please make sure to leave us a review. Apparently that helps the show. And if you or anyone in your life is thinking about college or researching careers, please tell them about this show. I want to thank Sean Connolly, our producer, AJ Yee, Lisa Rooney, and Lauren Dance for their assistance in posting the show. And once again, my name is Jonathan Hughes, and this has been the MEFA Podcast. Thank you.